All right, we're gonna start it up. Eradicator, we all know what the fuck these guys do. Don't let them get to 100% mana. Not a big deal. Nuke them down. Nothing crazy. Does do a purge. These are the guys that'll purge your Petri if you do Petri in the event that that does happen. So for these Sentinels, they have my mages will be first GCDing Detect Magic on each one of these. Each mage will be strictly assigned to one of the Sentinels. It'll be like Skull, X, Square, Moon. And there's like 10 different abilities. They have Reflect, Shadow, and Frost. They have Reflect, Fire, and Arcane. Mending, Knockback, which the knockback ones are taunt immune. There's the Thorns, which does like 600 damage per hit for melee, so very dangerous for the melee. Then there's the Thunderclap, which also does like 6 to 700 damage per Thunderclap. And there's Mortal Strike, Mana Burn, and Shadow Storm. So I said that in the exact kill order of how we will be killing the Sentinels. When you kill one of the Sentinels, all the other Sentinels will be healed by 50%, and they'll inherit the abilities of the one that died. So say you kill Reflect, Shadow, and Frost first. Now every single Sentinel has Reflect, Shadow, and Frost. Same for all of them. So the kill order is so important here. And if you kill like Thunderclap first or Thorns first, it's like we are cooked. Like
Yeah,
it is not good. Like you
and
just
just to
have to
kind of
petri out.
interject as well, it's like the raid leader or whoever's doing markers, they're gonna mark each of these mobs with whatever marker. It is very imperative that you don't just turn your brain off and just kill Skull first. That is,
Yep.
Skull is not the target. The target is whatever raid lead says to target.
It'll be
And all of these
just
mobs as well, when you kill one, they all regen to full. So you don't have to
yep.
worry about like cleaving
AoEing,
everything.
etc.
Just single target the target of the mob that the raid lead is saying to kill. Don't focus skull. Don't focus X. Just the raid lead says square. You kill square. Don't
It'll
kill skull.
it's
Kill
pretty
square.
much the same as the Triple Boys in BWL. Like almost I'm constantly changing kill order, and you guys do a pretty damn good job of moving to whatever mark I call. So it's pretty much the same thing as that in that manner. Um, Now, if it is Shadow Storm, all the casters have to be up with us in the melee stack. No ifs, no buts. Like you are in there with the melee stack, and that's just the way it is because the Shadow Storm hurts so much. When we first step in, we'll all be popping a we'll be popping a greater arcane before we step through, and then once we get in, we can immediately start popping greater shadow. Greater shadow's second on priority, and then actually I think nature is technically, but in my opinion, all casters should be popping a shadow before a nature, and all melee should be popping a nature before a shadow. Because the thunderclap does nature damage. The people that are mostly at risk for the shadow storm are the casters, because they're not going to be up in the mix like the melee are. Because it's just like the ones in AQ20 with the shadow storms.
Yeah, and also like before we even like start the raid, you'll want to just pre-pop every
Just
protection
yep,
potion
pretty much.
just to be safe.
Except
You'll pop
Frost is the
fire.
only one you don't have to.
Yeah. You don't need to do frost. Yeah. You want to do arcane for Scarum,
Mm-hmm.
shadow, and nature. I don't think these
Shadow.
guys do fire, but
Now they're
for the
later for the explosion.
yeah.
Now, you guys don't pull out Thunderclap, right?
No, we
Or
keep
Thorns.
everything stacked.
Yep.
Keep everything
That's what I
stacked and
figured too.
just
Just because of
kill
Shadow
stack.
Storm things can be not fun. So like softcore is like a different animal. They like split shit and do weird ass shit. But like so X has mending, So there's a weak aura for this that will display it entirely on like it'll stack them all entirely, and you'll know exactly what buffs each mob has. It is very important that you have this weak aura, as well as there's another one that shows all of the buffs across the screen. You'll see them in my other one. I know a lot of you guys do have them, but like in softcore, we kill Shadowstorm first, which is like super fucking whack. But you can see it here. This one, Moon has knockback, and then this one has mending. This one has mortal strike, and this one has Shadowstorm. So in this case, we'd be killing mending into knockback, mortal strike, Shadowstorm. So it'd be I don't know what the marks are, but we definitely would not be killing Shadowstorm first. Mending is like the freest one. Mending and the reflex are the biggest, freest ones. But you can see how it triples now. Each one of these has 3 of these buffs.
I need a bounce for this
Yeah,
bug.
no worries.
I don't know if BWO. I don't know if BWO is gonna happen, but we're definitely doing Oni, so I'll come back.
Sounds
Whenever.
good. We'll be here most likely. And this one gets healed to full after every kill, so it's not a big deal. And then there's 2 eradicators, I believe, here. There's one. Yeah, there's 2. So you gotta grab this one out in front. I think he pats back and forth right here for trash, and then the other one pats all the way from up top. Same thing, just mana burning, not a big deal. And then the other one pats down and comes right up to here, and then she pulls right here. I actually want that in the video. Comes up, hooks around, just pull it there, not a big deal. In the event we pull this eradicator with those 4, everybody's focusing down this eradicator. So everybody's clear. This eradicator must die first, and one of my tanks is just going to have to pick it up, and all the other 4 tanks are going to have to pick up the assigned targets on the sentinels. So for this next one, so X has Shadowstorm, Skull has Mending, Moon has Mana Burn, and Square has Reflect. So Square is going to be dying first, then Skull, then Mana Burn, then the Shadow. That's how that order will go. Very simple. Not a big deal. I don't know why they don't kill Mending next. They always kill Shadowstorm. Like freaking weirdos. I don't know why they saved Mending for last. But anyway. So for the upcoming for Scarum. So Scarum, everybody has to have the Magic Dust macro to be able to like mouse over macro Sleeping Dust somebody that gets MC'd. On this pack right here, this Anubiseth Guardian pack, every rogue has to Blade Flurry. If you do not Blade Flurry, you are at risk of killing people in literally one auto. So for Scarum, if you get MC'd as a rogue and you pop Blade Flurry, it does 300% damage, this MC. And on top of that, with Blade Flurry, it is multiplicative to do 300% on top of the 300% to the second person that gets hit by the Blade Flurry. So even the warrior is not safe here. It happened in collective that rogue literally just one-shot the warrior with Blade Flurry. So that is very important and cannot go like missed at all. But for this upcoming fight, he starts as one person at 75%, 50%, and 25%. He'll split into 3 total people. 1 will be real, 2 will be clones. We have to kill the clones first. They also, so there'll be a tank up, there'll be 2 tanks up here, 2 tanks up here, 2 tanks here, and all the casters and healers are going to be sitting like up on the ledge, like up on these ramps on either side. Ideally, we hit a magic dust on anybody that gets MC'd into a sheep from the mages. So that's like the ideal. So there will be 0 AoE. The most important thing here is interrupting the arcane explosions. Everybody should have a greater arcane protection pot already popped. So
Question.
there's also a thing in here where if a paladin gets MC'd, the paladin can put on Blessing of Sacrifice onto the boss. Now, this has to be immediately dispelled by a priest, or us damaging Scarum is going to kill the paladin. Something that is like, it's something that can happen. It has happened on DP, and I believe that there's there's something for it. I think that there's a weak aura. There's something, I believe Oldo posted it somewhere, but I can't remember exactly what. But that is something that we have to be wary of, so we don't kill our paladin if he gets MC'd. But what Tiffin?
Can we bubble out of the MC?
No.
Oof.
You cannot Petri
Okay.
out of this MC. You cannot do anything to get out of this MC. This is strictly an MC that you have to deal with.
Exceptionally unfortunate.
That is correct. We also have to make sure we're killing the ads and not scare him when he summons them, because he'll continue to do it, and then you'll start getting overwhelmed with ads. So that is a big deal, that we have to kill ads first. And the Arcane Explosion have to get kicked on CD. But what were you going to say, Tiffin? Sorry?
Oh, I was asking the same thing. If you could bubble ice.
You cannot. You normally, Scarum will always pick the closest person to him. So I've chatted with people, and some people will put a paladin directly underneath of Scarum. This is for the idea of the paladin taking the MC. Now, Yeah.
I think that is for variant because you cannot bubble this.
but the idea is that the paladin is the least likely to kill anybody when MC'd. That is correct.
Yeah, bro.
But the Blessing of Sacrifice is the problem that you run into. Agreed.
Correct.
Yeah, and we also need to know they are using.
I don't
plates.
even have that shit trained, bro.
Then
That's
you should be the
huge.
paladin.
Bubbles the chat.
Yes.
You are so good.
Yep.
If you don't have it, you are playing the game.
So, in that instance, if you don't, like, if you're normally training your shit and not just training all, I feel like you never train that. Like, but
Why the fuck am I gonna
No
sacrifice my
comment.
life for skills?
exactly. But so
If you're schizo
if
like me,
we
you have
have,
literally every
like,
ability.
if our pallies don't have Blessing of Sacrifice, I think it's a move. But That's
it is
just-
move.
it's
Yes,
100% a move if you don't.
I have it trained. So I
Oh, this
cannot
fucking
give it.
guy.
I have it trained
GG.
as well.
GG.
Alright,
So-
well, you can stick me under him, bro.
We can at least have
Bubbles
one.
clutch.
We can at least have one stuck underneath Scarum. So you could
And then
pick
everybody
whichever
else is
one.
just max range.
So that's the next question. Is everybody, like, all the healers will be up top, and there'll be a healer in like each corner over here to heal the tanks that are up on the platform, and then the healers are like here. Well, they're up on the ledge as well. Pretty much you can reach everybody from everywhere, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
But that's the next question, is like, who do you put closest, or it's just a guessing game, you know? It's obviously still a guessing
Okay.
game. It's not always going to be the closest person,
Yeah.
but
In the old giggles I was, we used to have like a spreadsheet where is everyone going. So
yeah,
we should work on that.
yeah, for sure. But
What does this guy do other than splitting
that's it.
to multiple? So then
That and an
why
arcane
can't he just
explosion.
leave the rogues on the side packs when they split and just don't even leave them near him?
Well, he'll MC anywhere, any of the packs.
Oh, I thought you said he was
I-
like,
I-
always.
If the rogues pop Blade Flurry, it's not a big deal. Like the rogues just have to make sure they do not have Blade Flurry. It has to be on cooldown. Like no questions at all.
Also, the real one might not be the one that stays in the middle.
Exactly. He'll move around as well. So it's not like it's a strict like, oh, this is where he is the whole time. So
If you put a mark on him, you will know who's the real
yeah,
one.
the mark will always stay the same. So you just have to make sure you're killing the ads and not just scare them the whole time, or else the ads get overwhelming and then there's arcane explosions going out and then you die. So very simple fight. It's not a hard fight at all. He dies super fast, fully world buffed, and consumed. And the best part is that just about all of us have our mounts already, so this should like speed things up a lot. All of us having our mounts, etc. So that is definitely a big win in that aspect. So like even for this fight, running up on mounts instead of running up on normal mounts makes such a big difference in terms of like you get to him faster, everything goes faster. So that's the idea of it. It's not a big deal. You see everybody kind of fans out, and this is like obviously soft core. All the casters are running up. They just like stay here, but like I want you guys like up here if you can. Is like the most ideal. And then he splits. So actual Scaram's up here, and then this is a Mirage, and this one's a Mirage. Not a big deal. This guy gets MC'd. It's softcore, as you can tell. That's what you don't want to happen. That's what you don't want to happen. Now, it's also not a bad thing, Pals, you can instantly Hajj whoever's fucking MC'd. That is like probably one of the better ways, as well as like everybody else that's standing with it, to instantly sleeping dust. But all the tanks will stay. See what happens when fucking arcane explosions go out. Yeah, it's a lot of AoE damage. So this guy got MC'd. See how much he just two-shot that guy, letting him go crazy. MC'd Rogue. Nobody does anything to him. And then you just kill the boss and you're chilling. Super easy fight, to be honest. As long as you keep the MC targets under control. Now for the actual AQ. So this is with a different guild, but so right after this, what we're going to be doing, there's a brainwasher, does an MC. Now this MC is not like the other MCs. This is a very normal MC, not 300% damage increase. Like Warlock's just throwing a Curse of Wreck on the warrior and just a sheep out. It's like these brainwashers do not hit hard. They're not a big deal. I will have two tanks marked to a brainwasher as backup, and then what I want to do for these guardians is I want one guardian to be tanked here, and then I want one guardian to be tanked on the other side of the wall. So one guardian here in this cubby, one guardian right here. We're going to be killing this one, then killing this one, and then we continue on. So not a big deal. Now, like softcore, they just kill them all together. So these guardians, when they die, if they're in LOS of somebody, they will charge 15 people closest to them. It leads a significant bleed damage and a massive knockup / back. That's pretty much it. They just impale people and launch them to freaking Narnia. As you could see, all those guys got launched for like forever ago. So then we'll come down here. It's going to be to the left. There's a triple warrior pack. The warrior pack, all three of these will be tanked separately. They'll be tanked like one here, one here, one here. We'll be killing these one at a time, and after each one dies, he spawns 5 to 12 borers, and we have to make sure we kill one at a time. And when one dies, those borers hurt a lot, and it's going to be a AoE lip taunt from whatever warrior that I call. So every warrior has to have an AoE lip taunt macro. This is very important. Make sure it works properly. If it does not work properly, it's very possible you will die. So make sure you have it correctly. I'll probably post one in the warrior chat just to make sure everybody has it up and good to go. But it is very important that you have it correctly. Now, in softcore, they blow them all up at the same time, but ask the purpose tank how tanking 2 of them at the same time goes. Let me tell you, it doesn't go.
Yeah, you also got to make sure about popping GCDs beforehand so you don't kind of screw over your cooldowns when you're trying to lip taunt.
Correct. You have to make sure you have your... Now, for these, I think... I haven't fully decided yet, but since they easily come up here, I think what I want to do is just let these guardians come up. 2 guardians will be tanked like here, and the 3rd guardian will be tanked down here, and then we'll kill the guardian down here and just let the 2 up here so that they should be LOSing each other, and then we don't have to deal with the impales. And then we kill the guardian down here, then whoever's tanking this guardian up here will just jump down. Guardian will come around. We kill it in the kill zone. It's obviously not the speedrun tech. We're not in a rush. We're in here to prog. We're here not to die. So I think that's how we're going to do it. And that's how I'm believing how I want to do it. Now, in the future, once we need to start speeding things up, we will be doing this exact same strat that they're doing right now, where you pull them into this cubby, and everybody has, all the melee have to be S-keying hard into this back wall so that when they launch you, you just get knocked into the wall. You don't want to be that guy that's on the bottom right of my screen that gets launched into oblivion. Because if you are, you have to either Petri or you have to be able to lip before you hit the ground. So it is very... It's very important. You see the guys get launched into Narnia, and it is a insanely long, large knockback. But as you can see, the impales do a lot of damage. It's not something to scoff at. And then for these next packs, there's 2 brainwashers and I believe 2 or 3 guardians per pack. So what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to kill... We're going to keep the 2 brainwashers right here with 1 guardian, and then the other 2 guardians are going to be taken back around the corner to LOS from the other guardian. Now, here, they just zug them down. It doesn't really matter. It's softcore. Who cares? But that's what I'm going to do, because we're here to live not die. So so we'll be bringing the guardian here, and then we'll bring the other ones over here into this corner so that they're LOSing each other. I believe there's 2 or 3 packs, I believe. Maybe there's less. This is second pack. For every brainwasher, we have to make sure we're not doing any AoE. We cannot kill our boys. It is very important. And then we move into Bug Trio, which is the first boss. So whatever loot drops is dependent on how you kill him. I've been thinking about which way I want to kill it for a very long time. So Kree does does Toxic Volley, which is like an AoE, just Poison Bolt Volley. It does hurt a lot. When he dies, he leaves a poison cloud underneath him when he dies. And also the 2 other bugs will go to his dead body. So you have to make sure you're not standing in the poison cloud because that poison cloud hurts a lot. Yauj does a AoE fear. So we have to make sure we have fear wards on our 2 main tanks for Yauj. They do a fear, and they also cleanse nearby bosses. When she dies, she summons like 10 or 12 ads, similar to the warriors, and we'll have an AoE lip taunt into like sappers and that effect. AoE them down, kill them instantly when they go down. Now, even when you are fear warded for Yauj and she does her AoE fear, it still is a complete threat drop. It doesn't like just nullify the threat drop. It is a complete threat drop. Now, Vem, he's annoying as hell. He does a berserker charge where he'll randomly charge a raid member, knocking him back, stunning players. Threat drop. He'll be last that we're killing, and he becomes enraged once everybody's else is dead. So that's about it. Other than that, it's not a big deal. I want him. I'm not entirely sure yet. We're probably gonna split everybody. Like we're gonna split the bugs up so that everybody killing Kree isn't going to get feared by Yauj, because I want to kill Kree first. Looking at it, I think I wanted to kill Yauj first just because of the heal and the AoE fear, but looking at it, Kree is more deadly in terms of AoE raid-wide damage, so we're going to be killing Kree first, and we're going to try to kill him in a good spot so that the poison cloud isn't like right in the middle of the room where you can get feared into the poison cloud, because if you get feared into the poison cloud, most likely you're going to have to Petri, because they just hurt a lot and there's nothing you can do about it other than like save Death Wish or save your Berserker Rage if you're a DPS warrior, but rogues, everybody else, you guys kind of get screwed on that aspect. So here we kill Yauj first, but I believe we're going to be killing Kree first. I know I have 1 tank in the range stack for dealing with Vem in case he gets loose, etc. So I believe we should have everything covered. And I also have another bear on Vem so that they can charge around. So to make sure we're interrupting the heals, have to make sure we're interrupting the fear. Actually, the fear is not interruptible. We have to make sure we're interrupting the heals. So that's the most important thing on Yauj. I think I'll have like 1 or 2 rogues strictly on Yauj just for the effect of making sure that he isn't healing anybody else. Now, this is also a fight where you can have like an EPR macroed into your Bloodthirst, it macroed into your Backstab. Any ability that you're pressing all the time should have an EPR, or if we do like immature Venom Sac things from Elbers, We can farm those, and it'll save us a lot of gold. We can put it on a level 1, summon them out there, trade them in to everybody before we go in. They last an hour. Something that I do want to do, but will take a lot of prep work. Getting summoners out there to summon a level 1 out there, etc., trading them around. But as soon as Kree dies, everybody has to get out of there. Like, Vem will go sit in the poison cloud. There's absolutely 0 point. Like, I don't want to kill that poison cloud like right next to everybody, unless we pull Vem way over to the side. Like, if we pull him super far away, it's fine. But ideally, we split them up, kill Kree in a good spot, so that it isn't a nuisance for us. But other than that, pretty straightforward fight for Bug Trio. It's pretty easy. And then we go back up to where we came. Now these guys, they do these pulls in a different manner. Now this is an immediate double pull. So you'll get to see what a double pull looks like of all warriors, of all the guardians. Trash will never double pull, so we're in the clear.
Amen.
Yup. But like they just tuck into this corner, but I actually want to go back. There's like a... So what we're going to be doing here is I believe all of my tanks are going to be tanking them right here. And the kill zone's going to be back here. So we're going to be tanking him here, dragging him back to here for the kill zone. Because there's a lot of them in here. Like, these are not ones that I really want to deal with 7 people getting knocked up, etc. Like, or getting knocked into the over here where that patrol is, that patrols through here, and then what? Then you got to deal with a second pack, etc. So we're just gonna play it safe. We're gonna separate them one by one, kill them one at a time. Oh, this is with a warrior pack. Oh yeah, they're all warriors. No, the warrior packs explode into the little bugs. But like one guy just gets completely nuked here because they all pretty much die at the same time, and then it just keeps getting stacked and then they die. But and then there's also the borers, etc. But so we're gonna be separating these back farther and doing the guardians one at a time. Other than that, pretty simple. And then we're gonna be doing so for this next pull. We're just gonna do it right here. We're not gonna take them all the way back. We're gonna tank them all right here. Kill zone's gonna be brought around the corner. Not a big deal. Super simple. Not a big deal. Just don't kill them in LOS, and everybody will be just fine. A lot of it is just listening to what I say and just being precautionary on using EPRs and using GNPPs all the time, keeping your protection pots up very often. Now, we will not be skipping this pack either. For the next pack, we'll be... we pull this one back, not a big deal. But, shit. So they skip this pack. We will be killing this pack. So what we're going to do is we'll just walk into this pack on the left side. All the tanks are going to tank it on the left side. We'll just pull them around the corner. Kill zone will be right here. Everybody just kills them here. Bring them over one by one. Not a big deal. Super simple. Not a big deal. And then, okay. For this fight, I have a different video. Hold on. This is Sartura. So Sartura is a very technical fight. We will be walking in all together. This is from Collective, and this is the smoothest Sartura kill I've ever seen in my entire life. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be walking in. We're going to have a Hajj designated to Skull, X, and Square. As soon as we engage, it has to be Hajjed. Whoever's on Sartura, which will be me, and I believe one of my other tanks will be with Sartura. We're driving Sartura out of the pack. All of my warriors, first GCD Death Wish. That is what I need. We are nuking the shit out of Skull, X, and Square. I have a rogue assigned to each one of the ads. As soon as the Hajj ends, I need an immediate like 3-point kidney, give or take. However many points you have, it has to happen as soon as the Hajj ends.
Quick question. Cheap shot works, right?
It does.
Do you want us to wait in the opener for 5 seconds, then cheap shot, then kidney?
I
Buys an extra 4 seconds.
don't. So you have diminishing returns on that. So I don't think so. I'd rather you DPSing to nuke them down as hard as possible, and you'll see what like Ghosty and them do here. So this is exactly how I want it to be executed.
You might get hit before you chop him.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
that's the issue. So I'd suggest just DPSing. I don't think any of them are stealthed or anything, because the problem with like waiting for a cheap shot is it's gonna take you a while to get there in stealth. You know.
Yeah, we're not gonna get you.
Yeah.
You're right. What about? Yeah, no, you're right. Doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
So this is how Collective does it, and this is exactly how I want to execute it entirely. So runs in Hajj on each one, all three. As soon as the Hajj ends, there is a cheap shot. There was a cheap shot there. It was 4 seconds, I believe. As soon as this Hajj ended, I mean, okay, this is cheating because they have DMF, but anyway, kill those immediately. And then this one, I have another rogue assigned for this. There will also be 2 paladins set to Hajj Sartura when I call for it. Sartura does a whirlwind and will random fixate on random people when they do the whirlwind. Now, me and another tank, and probably a third one, we will be doing taunt rotations during this effect. It is very annoying, but we will wait until the first whirlwind goes out. Everybody just backs out. You have to save your potion CD, all melee. Everybody should pretty much be saving your potion CD for the event that you have to lip, because he hits like a fucking truck. Like there is like, it's not a huge damaging thing where we should have to be mana potting or anything of that nature. We should be saving our CD for lip. So we'll be doing a taunt rotation with the warriors and the bears. Like, I'll be doing a normal taunt, challenging shout, and a mocking blow, and it'll go to the next person. And then when this ends, it'll be like 3, 2, 1 into a Hajj. And I need 2 paladins to be ready to Hajj in case one resists. So I believe I have Key on the first one and Ash your backup. So you guys both have to be super ready to Hajj Sartura when I call for it. I'll do a countdown and everything. You don't want to do it immediately after the whirlwind, because he does have like a little bit of a leniency on not doing it immediately again. So we want to stun him before the second whirlwind and kill him during that phase. But Hajj, and then after that Hajj ends, I want like a 4-point kidney into it from a rogue that I have assigned to it as well. But that is exactly how Sartura should be done. What's up?
I want to say something about, for any reason, any warrior shouldn't be intersecting.
Correct. When we go into this boss, there is no charging, no intercepting, nothing. Because it puts diminishing returns on our Hajjes and our kidney shots, and it is just not worth it.
Bad.
It's not it. Because these 3 ads do knockbacks, and they're super fucking annoying if you don't keep them stunned and just kill them while they're like stunned. So that is the game plan for that boss. Very simple boss if all of our stuns work out nice, and if not, melee just have to get out for whirlwinds, and the tanks just have to do their job. And if you have to, lip. That's the only other thing, is just be ready to lip for this boss.
Yeah, so what happens if like they resist stuns?
If they resist stuns, then we just have to deal with the mechanics.
Okay.
These pretty much just do a knockback. And cleaves. So they hit hard. Like, don't get me wrong, they hit very hard. But like, I actually want to, like, when we stun all these, we should be sappering. There's no reason not to. and just AoEing them down as hard as we can. So, and then if we don't kill them while stunned, we'll just split them so that they're not on top of each other for the cleave damage, and we'll just go 1 to 1 to 1. Because Arturo also enrages at 20%, so we want him stunned during the enrage. Any questions on Sartura? Good. Shit. So this was soft scores Sartura. If you want to see how they do it, they're now Resolve and everybody, like all these other guys, they're popping wreck to go into Sartura. I don't want to. It's dangerous. I don't want to do it. So I'm good. But first GCD should be 100% Death Wish to knock these 3 guards out immediately. Now you can see the knockback here. Like there's no kidneys, very little. Like the knockback is pretty nasty. So ideally, you don't want to. There was no kidneys, none of that. So not the best, but like Sartura should be taken way out of here. Then after this whirlwind, I would be calling for I'd be like, as soon as it ends, which it's quite a while, I'd be like 3, 2, 1, Hajj. Into a kidney after the Hajj. Now here, like, they have enough damage, it didn't really matter. But then after Sartura, this is the gauntlet. So when we run through the gauntlet, it's pretty much like the suppression room, but worse. Do not stop. Follow the main tank through the entire run. We do not have to stop. Just kill shit as we run through it. It's not a big deal. Just, I believe Trash will be killing roaches as we go through here. Apparently some things happened with roaches over on the Horde side, etc., and pulled way extra shit. So, but it's pretty simple. You just run straight through it. Kill shit as you go through. They don't have a lot of HP. It's not a big deal. You just run through. Kill shit as you go. Don't fall behind. That's the biggest thing, is not falling behind. They don't do a lot of damage. They're not a big deal. Just running through, getting to Fenris. And Fenris has a very large aggro radius, just like what's his name? Kurinax in AQ20. It's very similar to that. This boss is pretty much a bigger brother to Fenris. Now, well, to Kurinax. He has a couple different abilities. Now, everybody is going to be stacked right on the tail of the boss. We're not doing splits. We're not doing that shit. But right here, they ran past the safe spot. So right here, everybody can come into the cubby and we can drink, etc. Not a big deal. We'll sit here, get drinks, etc., and move in. Or it's actually right here. Sorry. It's right up here in this cubby. Right there. And then, so this is Fenris. He has the grievous wounds just like Kurinax, so at like 4 to 5 stacks. One of my off tanks will have to taunt it off of me and turn it away from the raid. There's drones. There's Vecnus drones, which will spawn to distract the rage to the raid. AoE taunt them, stack them up with the raid, just AoE them down, not a big deal. Now there is a spawn of Thancred, which I don't know exactly what it looks like or any of that nature, but there is one that is spawned, and if you do not kill them within 20 seconds of them spawning, they will go berserk and begin one-shotting players. So when he spawns, it is very important that we go and kill the spawn of Thancred. They are stunnable, so that is an option for the pallies to hodge them, etc. Now, like, this is like a chaotic mess because everybody's just split up, but everybody's going to be stacked right behind the boss, so that when the healers get aggro, the hatchlings, etc., it'll just be right here for all the warriors to AoE him down, etc. Not a big deal. Also, web a random person, and when they're webbed, they do just take some damage, so you have to make sure we're healing them. And that, it's pretty much tank and spank, other than the fact of spawn of Thancred, where if you don't kill him instantly within 20 seconds, they'll just start one-shotting players. So that's like, a little important, but not a big deal. And after Thancred, we move into Viscidus. So most likely, this will be as far as we go. It's very unlikely that everybody has all of the Cold Rage daggers and everything that is needed, but just know if you do not have them on Monday, not this Monday, but like when we go into AQ40 next Monday, if you don't have everything, you aren't getting loot Monday. Like, I literally do not care. Like, this is very important that everybody is ready for the 1st of August when we're going in here. We want to go as far as we can in 1 hour. We want to be fast. We want to be quick. And you guys have to have 300 engineering. Well, you don't have the 300. That's like 205. But I suggest getting to Masterwork target dummies while you're there, which is 275, because you want to have sappers for this fight as well. And this is the biggest fight of a lot of AoE damage. We have to one-phase him as well for the so that he doesn't go to a second phase. If he goes to a second phase, it ain't good. All of our healers will be etc. So everybody so in the pug, they have a little diagram here in the bottom. I know you can't really see it, but in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll pretty much be doing like the same thing when it comes to this. Every group will go to a different like corner of the room, I'd say, and like spread out evenly and kill the spawns that Viscidus does. You see what I mean when we phase him. But this is where we all have to have Cold Rage daggers on, Hammer the North Wind. Hunters, you guys are using rank 1 Wing Clip. Mages, you guys are using rank 1 Frostbolt. Like, everything you guys have for Frost is great. Hunters should be putting on the aspect of the whatever the hell for the nature res. But you come in here, we're just slamming the shit out of him with Hamstring for warriors. It's the most rage efficient, whatever. It should be macroed in that you're using either your EPRs or you're using your immature Venom Sacs, spamming it entirely, because if the healers have to dispel the poison bolt volley off of us, they're going to be they can't heal us, we're going to die. It's that simple. So you can see how much AoE damage it goes out. It is quite significant. Tank has to be wary of the toxin that spawns underneath him. So now Viscidus is frozen. You keep slamming him until he hits to 200 stacks. And then, so like group 1's going up top left. Group 2, I'm in like group 6, I believe. So you can swap to normal weapons here if you would like to. Just start hitting some globs. Once they get close to the center like this, grouped up, jump Sapper. Everybody has to jump Sapper. And we're chilling. Goes back to Viscidus. I don't know if I'm going to do the Paladin thing. I don't know. I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to tank it. But when you get back onto Viscidus like this, I'm pretty sure you need cold daggers again. So You have to re-put them back on if you switch to a normal weapon to kill the globs. Now, this was a super clean kill, to be honest, other than, terrible healing because it's softcore. But that's about it for Viscidus. That's all it is. Pretty much tank and spank, other than a lot of AoE raid damage. So now we'd all have a GNPP popped prior to going in here, and probably pop another one going into during the fight to alleviate a lot of the raid damage. So that's about it. Don't stand in the toxin clouds that he spawns under random people. Time is it? It's been an hour. We can go over up to Huhuron. That's where we'll be probably stopping for a while, but Huhuron is definitely a little rough fight. But so after here,
How can I parse that people pop potions?
Vecnus Hive Crawlers, they do Sunder Armor. They also do a Poison Bolt, which deals a lot of damage. Actually, it is dispellable. Oh yeah, also for Scarum rogues, I'd like for you guys to have on Mind Numbing Poison. From what I have read, whichever one, I believe that's the one that slows their cast speed.
Yep.
I would like that to slow down his cast of Arcane Explosion.
It generally doesn't work on bosses. Generally, it might be different about Scarum.
I was told it does, but I could be wrong. We'll have to do some more research on
honestly
that.
don't
We'll have
know.
to do
This
some
is
more
like a
research on
general-
that one, but we'll have to see on that one. But either way, I believe Warlocks can put Curse of Tongues on him, so it's not like
If they can do that, then we can do it. It
Yeah.
works the same way.
what I know. Anyway, I'll have to do some double research on that, but these guys, I mean, the Poison Bolt Volley does damage. I mean, if we all have our GNPPs popped, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It does hurt, though, the Poison Bolt, if you get hit by it. It does 2.5k upfront damage and continuously to deal poison damage for 500 every second for 10 seconds. So it is dispellable, though, so it's not the end of the world, but
Say 500 a second.
yes.
Damn.
If you don't dispel it, yeah. Now, this is also EPR, immature venom stack. These are it'll instantly cure if it's in your macroed into your abilities. So I know it's expensive. It isn't expensive. We get the immature venom stacks, but can save your life. So I strongly suggest them. Now for these packs, I don't know exactly what can spawn in every one of them, but a lot of them have 2 stingers, or this one just has 1. So this one just has 1 stinger, 3 wasps. Everybody stacks. Pets outside, bait to charge. Now, they're obviously not doing it, but everybody stacks. Take the stinger out. We'll take the pets out. Same like AQ40, not a big deal. Now, for the packs that have a Swarm Guard in them, whoever gets on the Swarm Guard just takes it out off to the side, because he does an AoE cleave. He does a cleave, and it hurts a lot. That's the biggest thing. He also does that, which is not good. Do you think it's worth it? You could probably Hajj him before he gets to us so that doesn't happen. Should be able to Hajj him as soon as he gets into range, and then that tank just walks up and picks it up and tanks it right where he is.
Which one is that?
The Karaji Slasher.
Gotcha.
They look exactly like Spatora's bodyguards, and they do the exact
Okay.
same thing. A lot of these do have double stinger packs, so there'll be 2 stingers. A lot of these were very mild packs. There was just 1 stinger, 3 wasps. Killing the stinger first. Pets are over there, then the wasps. Don't chase after the stinger. Shit.
If we hodged them too close to the entrance, can that double pull?
Yes. As you see right... I believe that would only be on the first pack. So like right here. Like if there was a
Because, like, even-
slasher in here. I mean, if we were bringing them all the way back to here, right? You hodge them like here. Like as soon as you get into range. And then just bring the stingers back. You should still be fine. As long as we like bring them around the corner. Or honestly, it seems like a move to stand right here. So then we're not getting wasp hit with poison while they're on their way. You know what I mean? Because that's like the nicest thing about AQ20 is we're not getting hit by poison while they're coming back to us. I think that's honestly the move. And then just pet pull. Because like here, you see how like stacked they are? There's like... These are probably the scariest pulls, to be honest with you. But like here, you hodge this slasher. Like if we're all sitting here in the corner, you just hodge him as soon as he comes around the corner. That tank just walks over, picks it up, good to go. And then all the wasps and the stinger will just walk right in. Yeah. Trash said that's what they do on Horde side is they just stack. They sit all back here, pet pull them, and just let them come to us. So we're going to be sitting around this corner.
He starts doing that cool shit where he starts blasting you through a wall.
So that's going to be this. That's my plan for it. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to all be sitting around this corner right here. And as soon as they come around the corner, we're going to hodge the slasher. That tank is going to walk over, pick it up, tank it up right where it is. Tank it so he's facing this way so he doesn't get launched into the patrolling packs. So actually I kind of want him to not be over here. I'd rather him be like over back here against the wall. But we'll be doing like all these pulls back to that corner. And then one pull up here. Like the last pull we'll be doing like right here.
You said we're not doing all of this most likely. When
Most likely we will not be here for the first.
Okay.
Because 1 hour is... This is the Huhuron trash. I'm going to Huhuron, which is a lot of annoyances. But as well as Huhuron is a big-time DPS check. But like here especially, like everybody's just spread out. I think we ended up double pulling. Somebody got knocked in. Like that's what I don't need happening.
looks fun.
Yeah, just one dead, maybe two. And then we're at Huhuron. Now, Huhuron. Oh, what a fun boss.
Just to confirm, we're not doing this on Monday, right? Because I don't have a nature resistance set.
Most likely we will not be doing Huhuron Monday. Maximum we'll be doing is Viscidus.
Okay.
If we're lucky. Yeah, as well as when Trash is doing the pulls, etc. Like we have to make sure it's just like Rajax, where nobody can be on the threat table at all. So if she does accidentally double pull, she can just feign, and then it'll reset. It's not a big deal. We just have to make sure that nobody's doing anything like buffing or any of that nature while she's doing the pull. So, so for Huhuron, her poison bolt hits the nearest 15 targets, similar to the scorpions that were earlier. Like the scorpions, they do a poison bolt as well. Acid spit is a stacking dot on the active tank, which will most likely be me. Huhuron is not tauntable, So if the stacks become unmanageable, my OT will have to overtake me in threat. This will be around like 5 to 7 stacks is where it becomes like a little bit too much. All the melee will be stacked in 2 different stacks. One on the left side of Huhu, one on the back left of Huhuron, one on the back right of Huhuron. She does an AoE poison sleep. We cannot dispel this off of anybody except for the off tank. And what I know, the main tank will not get slept. But when you dispel this sleep, it does 3 to 4k damage. So this is something that you cannot do. And please do not kill my melee stacks by doing this. It is very important that we do not dispel other than the chase tanks. We will be pre-popping a GNPP before we go into Huron, and we will be popping a GNPP during Huron as soon as it is gone. So this is a double GNPP fight. When she goes berserk, I will be shield walling as well, and she'll be like spamming poison bolts and doing a fuckload of AoE damage. Now, what I want as well is I want my paladins at 30% at the enraged phase to run in and bubble, be the closest person underneath Huhuron, so that you guys are soaking that without actually taking any damage. There's also a trank rotation for this boss. Nature res gear isn't required, but it is suggested. Like all of my dwarves should be popping stone form. Get your nature res as high as you can, because it's similar to Firemaul stacks. So nature, like, aspect of the wild is a big deal for this fight as well. Like all of our hunters should have that on. EPRs can also remove poison bolt. So both, like, as you've noticed, EPRs are a very important thing in this fucking raid, as well as GNPPs.
We need, like,
so
30 of them.
yeah, don't come unprepared for those.
Or you die.
But it's just like Firemaul, where you can like resist the stacks if you get them, if you have higher nature res gear. So I'm not gonna, like, I don't require it, but it doesn't hurt nothing either at the end of the day. I believe there is a 15 nature res cloak enchant. Now it is kind of expensive. It is like 3 Nexus crystals, but just put it out there if you have like a spare cloak or something and you want to put it on, 15 nature res is 15 nature res, so. And what I know, aspect of the wild for all my hunter groups, and I wonder if aspect of the wild stacks with gift of the wild from druids. Probably not.
It does.
Sick. That's a lot of nature res right there.
25 plus 60.
So pretty good. And then
It functions the same as a paladin or like the fire frost.
so it's just like here. Now, they don't really do it here, but we will be perfectly split. So there'll be a group right here on this corner, and there'll be a group right here. And then the paladins, I want you to run in and be right in front of both groups. Right in front of it. With a divine shield on when she enrages. We will be wrecking on this boss. We will be throwing everything at it. Now, you have to be careful. I will be shield walling for this boss. So, just a fair warning. Do not rip threat on me. So, as you can see, she starts going crazy. Now, the DPS here is insane. Because, like, almost all these guys have Rend and fucking DMF. And, I mean, they're already, like, almost full 2.5. So, like, this is a little. We're not doing 2k damage per second, right? I hate to break it to everybody, but we're not. Actually, I feel like we have. Anyway. It could go that fast. It might not, but that boss is scary for hardcore, especially because they start to do a lot of damage. Now, these defenders are just bigger versions of the AQ40 ones. They have a lot of the exact same things. There will be 2 perfect pixel stacks. There will be a melee stack, and there will be a range stack. You guys have to be, like, not max range, but pretty far away. And if Shadow Storm happens, you guys have to run in with the melee stack. If Explosion happens, all the melee have to run back towards the casters and meet up with the casters. If Plague happens, you cannot run away from your healers. You have to run in between your casters and your melee group. Other than that, very simple. Not a big deal. Like Shadow Storm, everybody runs up. There's a Shadow and Frost Reflect. They do a lot of damage. Like, see that guy didn't come in for the meteor? Yeah, he's fucking dead as hell.
Remember what happened to Pip?
Yep, same thing.
This times 10.
But everything is scaled way higher. So, like, we'll have GNPPs running for this, GFPPs, Greater Shadow Protection pots, like, Greater
It's an
Shadows,
expensive raid.
especially for my casters. Very big deal for Greater Shadows. Because the Shadow Shock does a lot of damage till you guys run in. And you have to be careful running in. Because you guys have to be running in together. Because as you've seen, it was Shadow Storm plus Meteor. So you guys can't just like willy-nilly one at a time run in. It has to be in sync. Not pixel perfect, but you know what I mean. You guys have to be close. I don't think the Blink will make it all the way from range stack to melee stack. So I suggest not doing it because you could get meteored halfway between and you're dead. So something to think about. We also want to keep when those ads are running Bias Warriors, we want to grab them. We don't want them in the range stack. Like they're running by, my off tank should be grabbing them. Explosion, everybody runs out. No jumping, just run out. Not a big deal. We will most likely be dropping portals in case we double pull for all of these. But like I said before, we probably will not be going this far. So this is like all extra shit, but I think I'm good. I think everybody else is good. You've seen most of the trash here. Everything after this is genuinely not bad up until you get after Twin M's. After Twin M's, it starts to get fun again. So between Huhuron and Twin M's is very simple. Any questions?
No. Kind of asked mine as they came up.
On Sartura,
Yep.
I heard I know the Hodge part about after the whirlwind on Sartura, but you said at the beginning there's a couple Hodges thrown out on the ads.
Correct. One
So
on
do we
each
need,
ad.
I guess. So I guess we need 2
So-
other pallies to do that. I suppose if we
so-
have that many.
I have, as of right now, I already have this completely laid out.